Her story doesn't begin with regret. It begins with a rush, a thrill, a belief that stepping away from you is the start of some new, brighter life. But every bright light casts a long shadow, and hers is already following her even if she can't see it yet. She walks out the door thinking she's escaping a cage, but she doesn't realize she's leaving the only ground that ever held her steady. A woman always thinks freedom tastes sweet at first. It's the aftertaste she never expects. And as she steps into her new life, she keeps telling herself she chose right, even though her own mind is already working overtime to keep the truth buried. She starts with her victory lap. New hair, new clothes, new routine, all crafted to prove to herself that she's rising. Her friends cheer louder than they should. Men online offer attention she mistakes for admiration, and she feels reborn. But beneath that high sits a truth she doesn't want to feel yet. Everything around her is temporary, and deep down she knows it. She gets drunk on words. You're glowing. You're finally putting yourself first. You deserve better. Validation hits her like a drug. But like any drug, the first hit is always the strongest, and the ones after never feel the same. She thinks this is happiness, but it's a story she's forcing herself to believe because the alternative, thinking she made a mistake, is too painful to face. Then she starts dating again, thinking that a new man will complete the fantasy she's been building. The first few dates feel exciting. Someone laughs at her jokes, someone compliments her, someone tells her she's beautiful. But attention is not affection. Flattery is not care, and she can't shake the cold feeling that not one of these men sees her the way you used to. And this is where the slow drift begins. She starts comparing without realizing it. The way this new man talks over her, the way another one avoids real emotion, the way none of them listen the way you did on your good days. She keeps telling herself it's nothing, that this is just part of the process. But her mind is already tallying the differences, and you're winning every comparison she swore you'd lose. The high fades, the silence gets louder. Nights get longer. She looks around her empty apartment and tries to convince herself that space is freedom. But humans don't thrive in emptiness, and a woman who walked away from a man she built her life around feels that emptiness deeper than she'll ever admit. She tries to distract herself. More dates, more parties, more noise. But noise can't fill a void. She can't find what she's looking for, because she doesn't even know what's missing yet. All she knows is that something feels off, something feels wrong. And she keeps pushing the thought away because she isn't ready to face where it leads. Then comes the quiet moment, the one she didn't plan for. Something small cracks through the mask, a familiar song, a photo she forgot to delete, a place she visits alone that once meant something with you. And suddenly her chest tightens, not because she misses the past, but because she realizes she's not sure this future is worth what she paid to get it. She lies awake telling herself, she's fine, she's strong, she's free. But the truth presses against her mind like a weight. She walked away thinking life would get easier. She's starting to see it only got louder. And that whisper she keeps trying to shut down, the one she's terrified to admit out loud, is getting harder to ignore. She hasn't met the consequences yet, but they're coming. And deep down she feels it. She walked away from stability to chase an illusion. And every step forward is pulling her closer to a truth she won't be able to outrun. She keeps telling herself she's the strong one. But deep down she follows his steps, not because he asked, but because he earned that place in her mind. Men don't get this power by magic. They get it through steadiness. Through the kind of calm women say they want, and then fall for harder than they expect. While she is busy doubting and overthinking, he moves with quiet purpose. And that difference alone pulls her toward him. She tries to test him, all women do. A late reply, a cold tone, a small drama to see if he breaks. But he doesn't. He stands firm. And that firmness becomes the hook. Women often think they're choosing, but most times they are reacting. Reacting to the man who keeps his center. Reacting to the man who doesn't run around trying to please her every mood. Reacting to the man who leads himself first. She starts changing for him without knowing she's doing it. Her friends warn her, her pride fights it. But her actions tell the truth. She's already tied to him. It's not the sweet words that get her. It's the way he doesn't bend. It's the way he doesn't chase. It's the way he makes her feel like she has to earn his attention. And when a woman feels that, she stops being in control, even if she pretends she is. This is how the trap tightens. Not with force, not with tricks, but with the woman's own choices. Choices she made while telling herself she was too smart to fall. But she fell anyway, and deep down she knows it. By the time she realizes what's happening, it's already too late. She keeps checking her phone. She keeps replaying his words. She keeps trying to read a man who doesn't reveal much. That mystery, that quiet distance, it becomes the center of her thoughts. Women say they want clarity, but they chase uncertainty far more. A man who is predictable bores them. A man who stands on his own keeps them hooked. And the tougher he is to read, the deeper she sinks. She starts adjusting her life around him. She answers faster. She dresses better. She behaves more carefully. She doesn't call it addiction, but her habits speak louder than her pride. And here's the part most won't admit. It's not his affection she craves. It's his approval, because a man who doesn't give it freely holds more weight. He doesn't fight for her. He doesn't beg. He doesn't lose himself in her moods. And that steadiness makes her feel like she has something to prove. Men gain power by staying grounded. Women lose power when they chase feelings. And once she starts chasing, he becomes the reward her mind keeps running after. This is why she can't let go. Not because he's perfect, but because he gives her just enough to hope and never enough to relax. She falls into the space between his silence and his attention. That space keeps her awake at night. That space reshapes her choices. That space is where the addiction grows. By the time she starts calling it love, it's not love. It's the pattern, the pull, the emotional debt she feels she must repay. And the man, he didn't do much. He simply stayed solid, and she tied herself to that solidity, one thought at a time.